you're out of the game, and that is a huge prize pool that you'll be losing out. So both of these teams, I can't wait to see what they bring to the table.
Thoughts on the Claude last pick?
Coach Mars knows. Pick up the Claude, and I'm all for it. But just the same, this just shows that the side lanes are a little more safe now for Sasa. Clint versus Farsa, it's much better than the Clint Brody.
Absolutely, but let's just get straight into the land of Dawn. Ladies and gentlemen, Drian already getting chunked really, really hard in that mid lane, forced to back away with a battle mirror image. But yes, ONIC, with this really weird draft, let's see what they can do with it, because in that bottom side is actually, again, the Farsa versus Clint matchup. Have you played this before? What are your thoughts on that matchup?
Oh, it's definitely a skill matchup, because if the Farsa can land the stun, then it's basically game over. The Clint is going to take a lot of damage. As long as the Clint can sidestep it, it's going to go on the Clint's favor.
So yeah, this is just, again, all in the head. Sasa will have a better game. Look at this. Look at this. Just standing there. Cold and calculated. I will get my farm. You cannot stop me. Keyboy here put to a fourth of his health. CW standing tall right in front of them. This is it. It's just going to be footsies.
Yeah, again, what Clint really likes to do is dominate in the lane. With Expedia basically babysitting him on the Rafaela, it will mean that, yes, we will dominate this lane. You want to chunk us to low HP, we have that holy healing to get us up back, to get the sustain, and to control the lane.
And right now we're looking at Long. This will be his debut on the world stage, being a jungler on this Paquito. We see Sans wrecking havoc with this hero. We have to see whether he can do the same, and whether Team SMG on this pick with Long, can they actually win out the game? And I want to see better rotations coming out from this team.
To be fair, my expectations of Long is to at least be at level. Just be neutral. Not amazing, not abysmal, like to carry the luggage, the baggage that Win had, but to just be okay, because they need to be steady, and I think they understood now that it's still play for Sasa. You gotta get that Clint to burst.
Absolutely, but wait a minute, it might be a fight happening here. It's going to be Long already going in, but Sans goes in for Phantom Execution. Will be able to take the turtle away from a Team SMG, but it is not going to be ONIC looking for more. They have learned from their mistakes, taking the turtle and instantly backing it up with the Feather Airstrike pop to clear the waves in the mid lane.
Yeah, and this is the issue when you change your jungler midway. We saw Long, unfortunately, using the Retribution early. But again, it is the first turtle. It is very important, but it's not the end of the world. Right now, Team SMG, they still have opportunities to win the match just by being proactive with the draft, as well as keep understanding that the way that they have to play, just like what Leo said, is making sure that Sasa stays alive and Lung get on those very, very important targets, just like Sans as well as Drian.
Yeah, but the thing is about the... Oh, wait a minute. In the bottom side, there's a little bit of a skirmish right there. But yeah, Drian, he's been scaling really well. He hasn't been actually, like, he hasn't been bullied out of that lane. Very surprising considering that he is against the Lilia. That should make him a little bit vulnerable to these hard burst damage.
That's the thing, but he's using the BMI to a great extent. Like, look at this. He's going to cut the wave, use the Blazing Duet. Yeah, eat a face full of Falling Star Moon, but it's going to be worth it. He's essentially, it's mid-money, but they're also not afraid to send him where the farm is free. So that's what this Beleric buys you. He's such a solid hero, a walking wall. Oh,
well played,
that was a steal.
That was a steal by Sans. Sansalot comes in strong here in the game. And just to put the salt on the wound, that battle emote, man.
You're smooth. He's a smooth criminal, man. He's a smooth criminal.
He is a smooth criminal. But
all right, anyways, right now for the side of Team SMG, I apologize for my partners over here, but on the top side, Boots is going to get pushed out.
Yeah, Boots actually pops the ultimate, bringing all of them SMG members, by all I mean 2 members, onto that turret. Will die, but that is 2 ultimates burnt away before the turtle spawns. Sure, it is really good for SMG, but will ONIC still try to make this happen? Nope, it is just going to be them rotating to the bottom side.
Allow me to muse on this fact. The fact that it's so slow, the fact that ONIC Esports gets the deaths on the people that they actually are okay with dying, and Drian is still getting free farm. I think it's a case of scaling all over again. Again, we talked about Drian, and the fact that, yes, this is a free turtle, and down bottom, this is a crazy fight. this is still going for ONIC Esports, I think.
Absolutely. Thorn Rose being used again. Sans goes in for the backside. Is going to be forcing Zyme Tempo to use that Black Shoes, and Drian is just there to pick up the kills with the Blazing Duet. Perfectly timed and perfectly positioned as ONIC Esports. They are hungry for more. They're going to go and zone the SMG members away from the Tier 1 turrets.
Yeah, that was a situation where I feel like Zyme Tempo was trying to bait out a lot from ONIC Esports. But ONIC, they were very patient as well, holding on to a lot of cooldowns. And like, we know what you're trying to do. We can kill you without spending much. And because of that, SMG lost out on that trade.
Look at Sans. He not only did he just go in, baited 2 members, but he also got the Little Wanderer as well. That was beautiful. And right now, Lung, he hasn't had a huge impact on this Paquito. This is what you want from a Paquito, getting that early game snowball. But he hasn't been able to get any ganks on the map.
His fist got blunted. Essentially what it is, he's punching with 2 layers of gloves right now. Not getting a kill just yet. Yeah, he has an assist. He just leveled up or upgraded his boots. It's slowing down. Again, it's a matter of slowing it down until ONIC puts their foot on the clutch and then turns it into 5th gear. Team SMG, I'm guessing what they should do is try to be the aggressor, try to hunt down Drian, but that's easier said than done, but they catch one!
Oh, a lot of damage has to play. CW still popping the wings by wings, will be taken down. Sans now, he might go and look for something, but he actually just goes and clears the wave with that retribution. 26 seconds on the clock for the turtle, and Keyboy will be opening up the map. But look at the damage coming from Long, able to push Keyboy back to the team, but Drian comes in with a blazing duet, able to burst everyone down, as Sans keeps on going for the puncture, still has the Thorn Rose, doesn't get any kills on the board, and Drian will actually get taken down. That's Long on the board, 2-0, and they're looking for more. Sans now caught in a 1v3. He goes for the puncture, but he will not will be able to get out of that one.
Just like that. They're able to scramble, they're able to do a death bush, set it up, holy baptism, starting everything, and then eventually opening up this free turtle and speeding up the game.
In that skirmish, the most important thing that Team SMG got from that wasn't the kills, but it was the confidence. Lung, after getting that first kill, he was like, yeah, I can go in. And that's the kind of mentality that he has to have. Right now, Team SMG, they need to start having this level of confidence. The thing that ONIC Esports, they're big, they're huge, but we can still take them on.
Yeah, especially in the early stages where Farsa and the Claude still needs to wait for those power spikes to happen, right? He only has the DHS. Last time we checked, now he's building towards that golden staff. Once he gets it, he is going to be really powerful. But just as I mentioned it, it comes true.
Speaking of, he builds it. Expedia picks up the Antique Kira, so he's able to catch a few bullets at least. You know, able to peel, as we did mention in their points for improvement going into game number 2. There is something that I must note though. I love that Lafel brought it up, the confidence level in Long. At that moment, I kind of saw it, we didn't see it literally, but we felt it. I'm a friggin' Paquito. I can do this. I can force out fights against Sans because that's the dynamic between the Lancelot, the Ling versus the Paquito. As soon as they get out of those iframes, the Paquito usually wins.
Yeah, he just figured out, like, my gloves is not bread.
Yes.
It's gloves. It hurts. I can do this. I can win.
You can win. And look at this, SMG. They're pushing the pace. Let's take a look at the items right now. Do they believe they can fly with the items?
I believe they do. They believe they can fly. However, on the side of ONIC Esports, they can literally fly with Keyboy on his Matilda. Speaking of which, CW is going to get taken down. This bird is not flying.
Oh my god, that was beautiful from Team SMG, able to set up these crazy objective takes all across the board with the trades happening as well. ONIC, obviously, they are losing in that mid stage, in that mid lane, but they're still able to trade properly now with only 2 turrets being taken down. Long and Sasa will try to make it 3 for Team SMG.
Yeah, right now, Lung is looking good. He was the previous MPL champion during Season 2, and right now, he's really looking on form. Right now, Team SMG, they're looking good. It's just that I hope they don't fall off because, again, ONIC Esports, they have a lot of damage when it comes to the late game.
Absolutely. They're already starting up this Lord, which is a little bit maybe greedy, you can say. Sure, they do have a little bit of a setup in that bottom side, but do they have the damage to be able to take this? Look at the HP bars on the side of SMG. This might be bad. Keyboy jumps in on the 4 members right now with the Feather Respect coming in. It's going to be both jumping in and getting the 4-man. But on the other side, it's actually going to be SMG trying to push the base. Sasa, he goes in and picks up the kill on the CW. But Drian will take his teammate down, his former teammate down, as ONIC takes a 4 for 2 and the Lord.
Kage side.
Kage side.
That's That's very emotionally charged, that team fight. I can tell because Sasa, he saw 3. There were 3 out in the open from ONIC, but he wanted to get that killing spree. He wanted to jump from target to target. Yeah, that's good when you can do it with an assassin like Roger, like Lancelot. But if you're a Clint like this, see how he's chasing CW? And then Drian and Sans just punish him from behind?
Beautiful.
That's essentially just, they baited out the Clint.
Yeah, right now I feel bad because I just talked about it. It's like, I hope they don't lose it out because the damage coming in from ONIC. Late game is pretty strong, and that was on display.
Yep, Caster Curse
Caster
keeps
Curse.
on continuing here in the M3 World Championships. Let's just hope ONIC Esports does exactly what you said. Don't lose out on the team fights. For the airstrike now being popped is on away the members of SMG away from the mid lane turret, and that is going to be ONIC Esports with the push. Not only in the mid lane, but also look at the side lanes. The Lord pushing up top, and the minion wave in the bottom side will mean the tier 2 turrets will be taken down. This is ONIC on full display. This is what they want. This is where they're comfortable.
Yep, Sans over there using the puncture a little bit too late, not getting the reset, having to use his Phantom Execution just to run away. But right now, for the side of Team SMG, they have good wave play. They just have to be careful with this engage.
Oh, Long actually goes in for 2 members on the backside. It's going to be Drian actually chunking him very low, but it's going to be Boots taught out in a bad situation. Still able to pop that, the ultimate, but look at the damage. They're just able to kite this really, really well and baiting out those abilities one by one. In the end, ONIC pick up a 1-for-0.
Could have been devastating for ONIC Esports. They had full stacks on Drian. He was gonna pop the Blazing Duet. He actually did clean up a little bit of the minion wave, but I saw half of them, or at least a good chunk of them, were really low on health, and that's where Sasa would have used the bombardment, would have just cleaned house. So at least ONIC Esports currently, yes, their foot's on the clutch. They're back in the driver's seat. They are dictating the pace. Eventually took down mid lane tier 2, but just the same, they have to put respect on Team SMG's damage potential.
Yes, they do. That they must. But again, this is like deja vu, Rafael, to game number 1. It seems like ONIC, they are in control, and once they do get that control, it's very hard to make them let go.
Yeah, this is all about that little interactions because for the side of Team SMG, Lung unfortunately missed a few of his jabs. That is the reason why a lot of damage was missed, and ONIC Esports ultimately got out of that, basically with no deaths. If Lung hit his skills a little bit better, then it could be a 1-for-1 trade. But as of right now, Team SMG, by having that Lilia, they can clean up all of the minions very, very consistently. But again, this is what's scary. ONIC Esports, they have a pretty good engage. SMG, they have a good engage as well. It's just who engages better.
Yeah, Zyme Senpoi already forced to use the black shoes again before a fight even happens. That was just a poke from ONIC. A little bit of a flex from CW as Boots is in that bottom side. Low. You gotta be careful because he's coming in. But actually, no, he didn't go for anything. I thought he was gonna go for a pick.
And at this point of the game, especially with Chat the Talisman, the black shoes, it's only like, what, 15 seconds cooldown, so it's totally fine. It's not that big of a deal, not like a 40-second cooldown, so Team SMG is still doing okay. It's just that this is a situation where both of the teams, they're kind of like, okay, who's going to make the first move? They're both looking at each other's eyes. This is a staring contest when they're both not looking at each other to see who will blink first.
Absolutely.
You guys understand, right?
Yeah, I do. It's a staring contest.
Nice. Cool. Thank you.
Boom, bang, bada bing. Let's get into the game once again here where SMG, what do they need to force out of? Oh my god, again, just so disgusting. Just one feather airstrike takes away half HP. You can see Zyme Senpoi, he was forced to use the black shoes after one shot.
That's essentially the story for Team SMG right now. Their engage or just their angle of attack. I mentioned this in the draft. It's so much more specific than ONIC Esports. ONIC, they have so many goes. They can actually start off with Boots. They can start off with just a cold turkey Blazing Duet, as long as there's stacks on Drian. Or they can even try to bait out 1 or 2 from Sans alone. So,
or Matilda flying in with the Belleric.
Exactly. So there's so many ways that ONIC Esports can take a team fight safely. While for Team SMG, they actually have to take ONIC by surprise. Maybe like this.
Oh, let's see. Drian is already placed really, really well. Look at the flanks coming in. It's going to be Keyboard Chunk very low. But look at Drian. Blazing Duet to the backside. Sasa can't go anywhere. He's already low, and double kill will be picked up by CW. As that is another. ONIC have completely taken down SMG 3-4-0. And they're looking looking for more. Expedia recalls in. ONIC, they're not even going for the lore. They want to go for the one straight push into the inhibitors right now. Expedia, he tries to defend, but with the Phantom Execution and the Cirque the Eagle, he's going to get taken down. Sansalot dives the base, and he still survives with 1 HP. He's going to recall away. It is going to be ONIC pushing in with the turret, with the minions all in. It's going to be the Falling Simon doing a little bit more, but ONIC will go to the next stage. SMG, the first team to be eliminated in M3.
Yeah, this is unfortunate, but congratulations to Team SMG for making it this far. They played their best. It was a closer game compared to game